will entertain a motion to approve, please.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We have all reviewed the minutes, I'm sure, from February 6th. I will entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We have on the agenda a staff report from Kate.
It'll be quick. So we're making a couple of changes to the ordinance. They're going for their first reading at the Board of Aldermen tomorrow night, and then they'll be read a second time for public comment, and then a third time, and then they take 30 days to go into effect. But anyway, the two main points are that our ordinance still states that we mail applicants a notice of the hearing. It's just not really practical anymore. We're talking to people, we're emailing with them, we're calling them, and sometimes the letter doesn't even get there before the hearing if we mail it 15 days in advance. So anyway, we'd like to just remove that. It's a little bit outdated with how we interact with applicants now. And then the second change is to put a timeline on appeals to the Mayor and Board of Aldermen from the Commission. It's we don't currently have a specified number of days in the ordinance, and so we're just making this align with the Planning Commission, so it's consistent for people working their way through the city departments. So we don't have any like late appeals where the property sits and then they appeal and then it extends the timeline. So I'm happy to answer any questions you guys have about this. It's informational, so.
Makes sense to me.
Cool.
Okay, on to the public hearing section. We have case number 426, COA requested by Justin Heeg for ATM installation at 1101 Jackson Avenue East. We'll get an introduction from Kate first and then give you an opportunity to speak.
Okay, so this is concerning the building at 1101 Jackson Avenue, Uno Mas, so we're all very familiar with the building. They have requested approval to install an ATM at the rear of the building. So if you go down the alley in between Visit Oxford and Uno Mas, we're talking about the back of the building which faces the parking lot. There's an existing cabinet there. They want to remove the cabinet door and install an ATM. This is the first time that the commission has considered a request to install an ATM. So we wanted to bring it to you guys for discussion. I do think that the location at the side or rear of the property is the most appropriate location. I looked up other cities' guidelines about ATM installation, and really the main guidance is to do nothing that would detract from the historic storefront or cause any damage to any character defining features of the building. So there are ATMs existing on the square that were installed either prior to the guidelines or, you know, we had an instance where Rock House Live installed one without approval and we had them relocate it to the side elevation. So we do think those are important things to review to kind of keep down the visual clutter, especially on the main streets of the square. But in this instance, staff feels that it's an appropriate location and we're recommending approval for them to install the ATM. So I'm happy to answer any questions that you guys have, and Ben, who's the manager of Uno Mas, is here if anyone has questions for him.
Okay. So in my mind, I mean, I think my opinion is this, I would approve this. This is not a problematic location to me. And in my mind, this was an opportunity for us to start to say ATM installations should be reviewed by the Historic Commission. Mm-hmm. That was my opinion. And my opinion was that because, and I think it was Kate's opinion as well, because though they're not, you know, permanent buildings, they are permanent or semi-permanent fixtures. And, so
and they have to require conduit or something to actually be installed into the building.
Yes. Any other discussion among the commission or questions for Ben? Is that your name, Ben?
Where's it going? Is it going on the white part, the cream part, where?
They're removing that door on the white cabinet, okay, and it'll go in there. And I believe they have plans to repaint the cabinet, or yeah, it's looking a little, yeah, it'll be repainted white.
Yeah, we're gonna fix it up.
Yeah.
Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. It passes. All right, on to case number 427, COA requested by Back 9 Oxford LLC for signage at 308 South Lamar Boulevard. Kate will introduce the project to it, or the application, and then I assume you three gentlemen in the back are here to represent. If we have questions or whatnot, we'll bring you up.
Okay.
I'm sorry, not Kate.
No, me. Okay, so this case concerns 308 South Lamar, which is formerly the Rock House Live location. The applicant seeks approval for installation of illuminated signs above the front and the side doors, so just how Rock House Live had them. This is allowable because both of those doors allow public access. The signs will feature the tenant's business name and cutouts on a 3-foot round sign composed of 14-gauge steel. It'll be painted black and raised away from the wall to allow for backlighting, LED backlighting, just like OPA. The lettering and the coloring are appropriate for the historic district according to the guidelines. The overall effect of the backlit sign will be similar to OPA. It's actually being fabricated by the same sign company, so it'll be, very similar. So the guideline states, though most signs in the historic district operate without lighting, it recognizes the lighting necessity for businesses that operate at night. And some examples of lighted signs that have been approved recently by the commission are OPA, of course, St. Leo, and Hugo. So if the commission feels that the use of the LED backlight is appropriate in this instance, then staff recommends approval of the COA.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And do you have any questions? If you have any questions, I believe Cody Childs is here. Is that right? Yep.
Okay, great. Well, I'll open up the discussion of commission, and if questions are asked, then we'll definitely bring you all up. Or you are welcome to come up and speak if you want to. Okay. Okay, cool. Any questions, comments? The lighting is white?
Yes.
Okay.
So we approve, and then you go to get a signage approval? Is that what I read?
Yes, they'd have to go get a sign permit, and all would have to go through a review process as well. But what they're proposing meets the code.
Yeah, I was just wondering what the next step was.
And the other, can you move up to the side? They are taking down the gooseneck lighting on that side that illuminated the Rock House Live sign that was there. So it's just that small 3-foot circle.
I move to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. None opposed. Passes.
Just cause I'm nosy, what is it? It's the Back 9 one.
It's a full-service bar and restaurant, and we'll have 4 golf simulators in there as well, but they're not just golf simulators, they'll have other games. There's like 13 games, football, soccer, baseball, a lot of family-friendly stuff that you can do with those as well.
Awesome.
Excellent. Good luck.
Yep. All right. Any other discussion among commission? Staff to commission? Entertain a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Easiest motion of the night, and that we the hardest motion.
Wait, we just got here. We're not adjourning.
Nobody wants to go.
Can I have a motion to approve?
This meeting is no longer being recorded. This meeting is no longer...